Hey everybody, it's Giroshan here once again. I thought I'd give a quick primer on creating a character since the other day when I ran that issue I didn't actually look at creating a character. So this is a starting screen when you go into creating a character. I'm going to go back one to show you. So this is where you start. You have character slots here and you click on one and it says create character. That brings you into this screen here. So first you have to choose which one of these two you play. They haven't done a lot with Praetorian Earth since the game was live, so there's not a lot to do there, although it is still functional if you wanted to try something new. But Primal Earth is where you want to go most of the time, and you choose one of these origins. These are only from the perspective of some of your verbiage. There's some certain items that you can use if you're one or the other, but every single type, science, mutation, magic, technology, natural, has the same items. They just have a different name and there's a slightly different appearance, but other than that they're functionally identical. So I'm going to choose science. I'm going to build a hefty character, so I'm going to choose science. He's the scientific accident kind of guy, or self, God, I lost the word. Anyway, testing it on himself and it didn't work. Or, yeah. So this is one of the characters from the game. This is a Backstreet Brawler. He gets his power, he's science, from his fists, which are obviously science or technologically based. So, I chose melee damage. Moving along, for melee damage, these are the ones you have choices through. Now, Arachnos Soldier and Arachnos Widow are advanced characters and on the villain's side, although you can eventually move over to the hero side if you want to, but they're actually kind of interesting characters, but they are kind of stuck into certain things. Now there's brutes, which are big puffy guys. Now down in the bottom right you can see the numbers. I'm going to click on brute and watch the numbers change. So basically what you got is one more point of survivability, one less point of damage, and one more point of crowd control with the brute. With a scrapper, you get one less survivability, one more melee damage, and one less crowd control. The stalker is the same. The tanker flips melee and survivability. They have their primary set is a defensive set, so they have the 10 in their survivability, and then 7 in melee, 5 in crowd control, just like the brute, and then they have an extra 1 in support because they're a tank, so it gives them a couple of powers that are more tanky. We're going to do a stalker today. Now the stalker is different from the scrapper in that he gets a skill that is hide, and he's more concerned with stealth. So one of the things that a scrapper gets, he doesn't get. Instead, he gets this ability to hide, and in that ability, he also gets an assassin strike for one of his bigger strikes. So we're going to go with him. I do not know which one is best for these guys, but I can give you some broad advice. Broadsword and I have that one here. Staff fighting, and where's the other one? War. Maybe you can't get that unless you're a brute. I thought there was mace too, and I'm not seeing mace. You can only get that as a brute as well. Broadsword is not bad, but it's all lethal damage, and it gets countered quite a bit, and it's a slower swing rate. Dual blades, a lot of people think the damage is too light. Claws, that is Wolverine, the Wolverine claws, and those are used to be considered one of the better ones. Dark melee has a lot of endurance requirements, so you're using up a lot of endurance. Electric melee, you can actually gain back endurance doing that. Energy melee has a lot of knockback. Fiery melee has a lot of damage over time. Ice melee has slows. Kinetic melee has I'm sorry, knockbacks as well. And then I'm coughing a little bit. Martial arts is pretty self-explanatory. Ninja blade, again, that's a quicker sword, which is actually a pretty good one. I've done that one before. Sonic melee is interesting. Not sure about radiation melee. I've never used it. Savage melee is kind of over-the-top savagery. Spines is considered one of the best. It has actually some distance in it. And stone melee is slower. Again, there's usually you're making a club out of stone or hitting them with big stone-covered fist. And Street Justice is one of the newer ones. It's supposed to be a pretty good one. I'm going to choose, I think I'm going to choose martial arts this time. And we'll take Thunder Kick. I usually take the first power in the offensive sets. It's the lightest damage power, but it's the fastest turnaround. So that's what's good about it. Then the secondary powers, these are all armor powers. Now again, we're a stalker, so they're not exactly the same as they are for the other melee classes. And I think ninjutsu, so all of these will have hide as the first thing. You'll see it on every single one, hide. Electric armor. Resistance, good resistance, negative energy, static shield, normalized synaptic, granting your good resistance sonic, grounded, provides immobilization and knockdown, but only applies when you are at or near the ground, lightning reflexes, energize, some hit points reduce endurance course and boost regeneration. Power sink, you can suck endurance out of your enemies. The more enemies that are close to you, the better. And if there's nobody close to you, you will not gain endurance. Power surge, that one's an interesting one. Invulnerability is pretty interesting. It's not Superman, but it's an interesting one. Ice armor has some permafrost, is like puts a coat of ice on the ground, which is a lot of people think is pretty OP because it makes people fall down. Radiation armor, you get I think there's a speed boost in here, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe you don't get it as this guy. Willpower is pretty good. I have that. Super reflex is a lot of fun. Regeneration is a lot of fun. Now regeneration gets really potent, but it doesn't get really potent until later, so like in your 30s and higher. And shield defense is also really good, but as a karate guy, that doesn't really fit with my view of the character. Stone armor, again, same thing's good, but it doesn't fit with my idea of the character. I'm thinking super reflexes, although electric armor sounds good. Maybe the scientist himself was a little bit of a martial artist, and now he's been granted these electric armor powers. That doesn't sound bad, actually. Energy aura is supposed to be low on cost as well. Fiery armor is supposed to be really good. There's healing in it, built in. There's burn. I think maybe we'll go with fire. We've got here danger sense. I don't know. It's hard with this one with the hide because it takes away one of your things. You pretty much have to take hide in the first level as well. So see, this one I don't like very much because it has one defense against hand-to-hand and one defense against ranged, which is kind of a bummer. Naturally avoid. I think maybe we'll go with willpower. Ninja reflex is melee attack. Danger sense is ranged and area attacks again. The willpower has high pain tolerance, all types of damage. I like that. Reconstruction is a heal. Mind over body, resistance to some specific damages, so you can pile both of them on at the same time. This is always on, costs no endurance, so that's always good to start with. Reconstruction is a heal, so those first three powers are not going to use endurance. That's not bad. Radiation armor. Smashing and toxic. Recovery bonus. So there's not a heal, instead you get faster healing. Faster natural healing. I think we'll go with willpower. We'll call it Chi. So now we have martial arts and okay, so we need a name. We're going to take hide. Thunder kick and hide. We need a name. That's going to go with something interesting to see. The primary power for martial arts is kick, 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 and then you get a punch way down there, and then another kick, and then another punch. It's this one. That might be a punch, might be a kick. That's your assassination attack. So I may think of him like using French kickboxing. Savate. Everybody called him Savate Kid. And that name is available. I think I'll keep it. Savate Kid. We'll move on and we'll do the body. Now he's a kid, so I'm going to make him a little shorter and less bulky. He still looks kind of strong. I'm going to up his physique a little bit. Make him more like a Bruce Lee. Trim that waist down. Keep the hips where they are, and a little bit of legs. Drop the height about there. Alright, and then we're going to go to costume. Now there are sets that you can pick. There are a lot of different types of things. Um, Usually what I do is find a place with something that I like and go from there. So we used willpower. And we'll start with that one. I'm going to change a lot of it, but I'll keep the half helmets. I don't like that cone head, that's for sure. We'll go here and we'll just do round. Actually, I think I'm not going to keep half helmets. I think I'm going to do my phone frickin' beeping at me. Let's see what they got here. Freedom Core. Turn around to the front so I can see. This is a standard modern beret, and that means I'm going to get rid of the reflector shield. I'll look back at this here in a few minutes. Helmet detail Titan crest is going to go away, and helmet detail Satcom is going to go away. Actually, I'm going to do there's one that looks like a headset. I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to get rid of them for now. So there we go, we're bald. And it does not give me hair. There we go, that gives me some hair. I'm not going to mess with colors right now because they're still all linked and I want them to be linked until later. Detail 1, helmet detail 1, we're going to put a modern beret flash on there maybe. That gives us the ability to change the flash. And we'll use that one, it doesn't matter too much. And see, this puts the details in the same spot we already put a detail, so we're not going to worry about that. Detail 2, we're going to put a little mustache on there. Skip it. I don't know if I like that beret either, but that's what we have for right now. So I'm also going to change the face. We'll use that one. And nothing there. Detail 1. Put some sunglasses on him. Or blast goggles or something to partially hide his identity. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff here that you can do. I am just trying to pick something and get past this. You know, I can always go back and change it later, so I'm not going to put anything there for right now. I should actually put a, that's not where I want to put it though, right here. I want to put a, there we go. We'll put a little robin mask on him. Hey, upper body, I'm going to get rid of those shoulders. I'm going to do something a little smaller. I'm going to actually get rid of the shoulders altogether. And we've got a symbol of Saturn. Let's look at, I like the scorpion. What did I name him? Savate Kid. Savate. We'll do that one. And gloves, we'll keep those like they are. Maybe we'll get rid of Fend and go to Smooth Bear. There we go. And I don't want to be sure I want them to be tights. Just regular tights. Where's regular tights? Okay, let's change to chest to tight sleek. And gloves tight sleek. Okay. We'll make these Celtic. Let's see. Or science, right? So I don't like that belt. I'm going to go to stealth. That's not a bad belt, if I can find it. There it is. I'll go to the lower body. I'll zoom out. I am actually going to go to boots and make those just smooth. Make the pants just like a regular pair of pants. No, that's going to look stupid. Tights. They're perplexed, right? Alright, diamond cut, and then boots. Tight, smooth is fine. Tight, sleek. I don't like sharp. We'll do perplex again. Matches the gloves. Interesting. Now we're going to mess with colors. So I'm going to make him green. That way his beret is green. I'm going to make him like a forest green. And then I want an offsetting color, and I don't like white. So I think I'm going to go with this blue. I hate that blue. Hate that blue. That looks too much like Christmas. Different shade of green. I don't like that. What about that? That's not too terrible. Okay, that's what we'll start with. Then we'll go to the head, unlock the colors. We're going to go to the face. We'll make the color black. And what that does is it made the mask black. Okay, then hair, a helmet, secondary color is going to be the hair. And we're going to make him a dirty blonde. Alright, and then details are fine. The upper body, we want the chest detail. We're going to make this all the purple color. Alright, we'll go with that. And then gloves and everything, those look fine. I think he's done. Now, do we want a cape? He's a martial artist. I think the cape would get in the way. So I'm going to say no. So we hit next. We could customize colors. I'm going to keep it original. And there we are. Now I can enter a battle cry and a description, but we'll worry about that later, and we'll jump into the game. Now it's the tutorial. So we can do Outbreak, which is a bit longer of a tutorial. It goes through a lot of stuff that's probably kind of good to go through. I'm not going to go through that one right now, but if you're playing, you can go through that one. I'm going to go through Galaxy City, and the reason for that is because it's a really short tutorial. The other one that was there is if you're a villain. So now I got to move some stuff around here a little bit. He is a kicker. I'm going to start by hiding. So I usually put my throwing and distance stuff here when I'm a melee guy, so melee is going to be in my main tray. My secondary tray will be my shooting, and all my buffs and stuff will be up here.
Blue Spectrum is up ahead. If you can find him, he can help you escape. These monsters are all over the place.
So you look for the yellow.
Before meeting with Blue Spectrum.
To select any enemy, left-click on them or press tab. To attack, left-click your power in the power tray. From Blue Spectrum. He's in trouble.
You kill a couple of them, then move forward. There's Blue Spectrum.
Blue Spectrum is hurt.
And we want to be a good guy, so we're going to choose blue.
You have a more...
Blue Spectrum seems okay now. He'll guard this area. Longbow needs your help up ahead. Talk to the official nearby to increase your powers.
Left-click on an NPC to begin interacting with it. Select Train to Next Level.
So
to
now I
activate
can,
new power.
and when you train for the next level, you get either a new power, which is what I'm getting this time, or you get to add bonus slots to a power. I'm going to take the new power. I'm going to take Storm Kick. And then I'm going to finish. Now I'll have an extra melee power, which is added. I also get Walk, which I don't use. And I get this flying power, which I may use at some point. Now before I go into the next thing, I'm going to go over here, and there's a couple things you really want to get. I'm going to show me your wares. I'm going to go over here to prestige drops. We're going to claim one of each of these. You can only put one on your build, so if you put them in the wrong place, you can overwrite them and then fix them again. So I picked one of each. And then prestige power, I'm going to scroll down to some of the powers they give you. So because I'm a melee guy, I'm going to get a lot of melee attacks, so I'm going to take one additional melee attack. That's the Sands of Mu. And the reason I took that is because it can attack multiple people at once. And then I get 2 distance attacks. I'm going to pick the Origin bonus is slightly more damage than the other one, and it uses my Origin and then the Black Wand. Then I'm going to scroll down some more and pick one of these. These are damageable, so somebody can damage it and kill it for you. But they are buff pets. They just give you a defensive buff. And scrolling down some more, I'm going to pick one of these travel methodologies. Where I got the rocket pack, but I'm also going to get this jump pack. And then scrolling down some more, there's some choices of these different, I don't know what they're called, but I always pick this one. The only other one that's worthwhile is Mystic Fortune, but I don't like it as much, so I don't pick it. And if we scroll down just to make sure we got everything, we see that these are disabling powers so that we get more experience, but I don't do that. And so that's all we have, and then we have to put them on our toolbar. So I'm going to go over here, get the inner inspiration, put it there, and then I'm going to pop it. That gave us some more inspirations. Those are good because I can sell them. Those are what they call big inspirations. And selling them gives you, extra money. And here are the powers that we bought. Now this one's already on our bar. We're going to put Black Wand second and Nemesis Staff third. Those are both, like I said, you'll see them in action here in a minute, but they're distance attacks. And then I put the other melee attack with my melee. I got a drone. I'm going to put that. I'm going to pop it. And that's all we got. So now the drone, see the little things floating around me? That's the drone.
Those monsters are blocking the teleportation system.
Before we go in any further, I'm going to add these to my powers. I do more damage. And you can see I have a circle for each of my damaging and that one which won't mean anything for what we have. I'm not going to use this one. I am going to use this one. I'm going to put the psychic there. I'm going to hide this so it doesn't pop up anymore. And then the knockdown I'm going to put later, and then I'm going to put this lethal and storm kick. Now as soon as I get more points, I'm going to put them here, and I'm going to add another one to each one. But for now, that's what we have, and we're going to go out here, and we've got to beat these guys. Don't let them kill your buff. because that makes the buff stop. This is Sands of Moo. Now, a little secret is you can double click. If you double click, what you're doing is you're preparing the way. The first click gives you target, and then the second click attacks. Or you can click one attack and then click the other one. Got one left? No, there he comes. And no, my pet did get killed. It's alright, it's not a big deal. The Sands of Moo again. Then we're going to use the distance row. Notice the timer at the bottom is shown on the different powers that you're using. How much time you have left until they're active again. They all have a different recharge time, so you keep your eye on that, or half an eye on that. You'll notice that my pattern is I do number 1 and then number 3, and it kind of, offsets the timer.
You did it! The giant Shivon is down! You should be in a longbow safe zone, but it won't last much longer.
And now we'll go over and talk to Back Alley Brawler. Notice at the top it tells you what you're supposed to do for your quest. I like my targets next to that, so we're going to talk to him.
The people of Atlas Park need you now. Once this is over, we'll have...
Alright, so now we're going to go to Atlas Park. So I hit the button, and it will drop me at the bottom of the stairs in Atlas Park. And that's how you do character creation. Now, there's a lot of options. I didn't go through all the options. The most recommended classes are Brute, Scrapper, and Stalker. To learn the game. If you played the game before and you're just coming back, then you can expand that out to include Sentinels. Sentinels are a blaster type character with some defenses. Another good character type to start with are Defenders. Defenders are the healers, and healers are kind of tough to play, but Defenders are a blaster with some healing power, so not bad. Corruptors are as well. I'm not sure why I don't like Corruptors. There's just something about them doesn't sit well with me. So anyway, that's where I'm going to stop. Like I said, it was pretty quick and dirty. Not a lot of content in there, although you got to see a lot. I don't even know how long that lasted, 45 minutes? 40 minutes. So it's just like I said, a quick and dirty character creation. I could do a lot more with costuming. I've spent hours costuming a character, and I will probably go back and talk to the tailor here and get him changed a little bit. I may get rid of that hat and give him something else, like a cowboy hat or a backwards ball cap or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the beret. I don't think it looks good. Maybe I'll just go to just a mask and put a different hairdo. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so that's how you do it. And be excellent to one another. And I will talk to you next time. Peace out.